They're not an afterthought anymore, and they're 2-0 since the big boy came to town.
Yeah, and it's exciting. They're relevant now, and I think that's the biggest thing that people need to understand. This squad is playing against one of the best teams in baseball, and they're coming back and coming back and coming back, and they're not worried about the score. They're not worried about who's on the mound. They got Elly. They got Steer. They got Benson hitting his first walk-off home run. They got some dudes that are going out there, like Dave Bell said, they're going to give 100%. They're going to battle their tails off, and they're going to have fun doing it. And with Jonathan India leading the bunch there, and Hunter Green coming right behind, throwing 100 and God knows how much, it's exciting. The Queen City, get rocking. Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse, get going over there because the boys are coming. Let's go.
You're going to have to make some trips out there, man. I mean, I'm telling you. Elly, first off, yesterday, first career home run. And then, like you mentioned, Benson actually with his first career home run, and he was fired up as hell. This team's feeling it right now. And that was their 19th comeback win. Let's also remember, Brock, this is the Dodgers. I know it's only 2 games that we're talking about, but they've got some comeback wins against the Dodgers here. This team looks like they're going to pour on runs. Their offense, even before Elly came to town, was looking decent. And with him and more on the way in Christian Encarnacion Strand, hopefully sometime soon, that one of their newbies, Matt McLean, looks great. I mean, this team's got young talent that can swing the bat. They're not scared of anything. And you know what helps the confidence? When you get called up to Cincinnati, because Great American Ballpark is playing that way right now too.
Yeah, great place to hit. Todd knows all about that. I got to watch. Look at this. You think he got it? You think he knew it? you think he knew the game was over right there? Yeah, it's fun to watch. I'm going to have to start tuning into some Reds games. Obviously you got Joey Votto hopefully coming back, plugging him in, that veteran presence added to that young group of guys that they've got. They're playing good baseball. They're coming off of a great series in Boston where they took it to the Red Sox, and they're a fun team to watch right now. You saw the post game show pandemonium last night. The fans were going nuts. It's good to see.
Scott, I got to say something here too as well. That home run that Elly hit, I've only seen one in my lifetime, career, at the small park go absolutely over the stadium. That was Juan Francisco. They measured it at like 508 or something. I don't even know how you measure that. That was definitely 550. But that ball he hit, I mean, it went to the last row of the stadium. For your first home run to be like that, he's putting up the 4-4 for his jersey number right there.
Swag.
He's got it all, man. I'm trying to figure out who this guy reminds me of, and I'm going to figure it out. But he's got the power. He's got the speed. He could play different positions. By the time the show ends, man, I'm going to figure something out because he's a mixture between all these really good athletes, and and he's a left-handed hitter. Man,
switch hitter, right?
Or switch hitter. I apologize.
Yeah.
I really haven't seen him hit righty yet, so it just seems like all left because he's facing all right-handers. But off my man Thor over there too, Noah Syndergaard. I got to send you a text message, dog. We got to talk about that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Syndergaard's he's still trying to give up that first kid, isn't he? He's trying to give up that first hypothetical child.
Yeah.
No, I think he wants him back now. I mean,
goodness.
The quote he said, he's like, I would give up my firstborn kid to get back to my old self, and instead, let's be real, it's a Phantom IL stint. I would most likely assume. Get yourself back down, try to get your stuff together. He's feeling dejected, but for Cincinnati, top five, there's some of the comps being thrown out just for modern purposes people are saying, forget what happened last year. I'm just talking about the player you see on the field.
Sure.
Fernando Tatis Jr. A guy, big dude, sick athlete.
Yeah.
He can run, sick arm. He can swing the bat, obviously, and hit the ball a million. So it's definitely up there.
That. No, I like that. That's right on cue right there, for sure. Body type, he's lanky, he's athletic. Yeah, man, I see it, and I just want this to keep going. He's not going to do this every game, but I want this consistency out of him. I want every time he gets up, it's like, all right, here we go. This is the guy we got to worry about, and it's starting. It's starting right now in Cincinnati. Man, they needed this bad because it's been slow. It's been slow over there, But for real, this is really exciting. I get to work with the Reds a little bit more now, so I'll be doing some broadcasts with them soon. I'm excited to go and talk about these guys here soon. And then, like you said, Joey Votto is still not even there yet. So that's another dog they're going to have coming through. So watch out now.
Yeah. I mean, and you want to talk about like what they think of this kid. I mean, he makes his debut in the cleanup spot, right?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen too often, like, hey, here you go, man. We're playing the Dodgers. Hit 4-hole for us, hit cleanup. It's pretty impressive, man. They think highly of him. He's gone out and shown it these first 2 games. And I mean, whenever you get, Todd, whenever you get a young kid that comes up and performs like he's supposed to, a big time prospect, like it adds a little bit extra to that group in the clubhouse. And it's going to be fun for everybody to watch him and to feel the energy in the stadium because of him. And the Reds are in a good spot right now.
Go ahead, Todd. Wasn't his time from home to third like something 10.83 seconds or something crazy?
Yeah, I mean, you're finishing my sentences. I literally said I'm gonna drop some numbers for you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm the numbers guy today. All right.
10.83.
I'm never the numbers guy, but that is when you hear something like that. I mean, woo! That's like Billy Hamilton numbers right there coming through. So, God Almighty, it's really fun. I've been getting a couple texts from some fans that I loved and adored when I was there. That were close to me, and they're like, "Here we go." People are feeling it. The energy's back. And like you said, Brock, if you're on that team and you're not hyped about this, about the way you're winning right now, can they sustain this kind of winning through the whole season? No, you're not going to be able to come back from 3 or 4 runs each time, or 2 or 3, whatever it is. But once they get this going, once you feel it a little bit, you get to the ballpark a little bit earlier. You're hanging out a little bit more. You're staying after the ball game a little bit more. You don't want to go home just yet. When you're losing, it's like, all right, shower, I'll take my food to go. No, they're keeping the food there, and they're sitting there a little longer. Like, boys, we got something going here. Let's roll.
Yeah, I will also say second hardest hit ball by a batter for his first home run in StatCast era at almost 115 miles an hour off the bat. And we can show Sarah Langs, the legendary statistician out there who we had last week on the show. There it is. Elly De La Cruz triple. Todd Father's got the numbers, 10.83.
Yes.
Home to third, fastest tracked home to third in MLB this season, and second fastest since the start of 2020. So there's a little controversy, which I'll get to in one sec. Here's what I want to know from player perspective. What are you guys doing as veterans? I know you're excited in the clubhouse. What are you doing with him in particular? He comes up like Top Father. Are you figuring out his nickname? Are you taking him to dinner? Are you, messing around with him? Like, hey, dude, you're 6'7". Like, we can't even see you in here. Where are you? How are you treating this guy in the clubhouse when he enters? He's got all the hype and he's performing in the first couple days.
Well, for me personally, back in the day, I had some hype, but it wasn't like this. So for me, I walked in, I went straight to my locker. I sat there, I said hi to everybody, Scott Rowland, Arthur Rhodes, Johnny Gomes, just to name a couple, Brandon Phillips, Votto, all those guys. I went to my locker. I didn't even know if I was allowed to be on my phone. Like, Brock, you know how it was.
Yeah.
You get in there and you're like, all right, I turn around. We have a meeting. I didn't want to be late to. So nowadays you come in, I'm giving them hugs, dog pounds. Like, if I'm a veteran guy, I'm like, yo, welcome. This is going to be awesome, man. Take this team, lead us. I'll follow you, whatever it is. Just do what you do best and follow me, or I'll follow you. Let's piggyback each other and everybody on the team, and let's get a winning ball club. So for me, I'm giving them hugs. I'm saying, hey, welcome, man. This is your locker here. Don't mess with my shit. But other than that, we're good. All right, that's it.
Yeah, totally agree. It's changed since the time, we came up till now. It's totally different. Like you said, Todd, I got called up. We were in Milwaukee. I went around, shook everyone's hands. I didn't say hello to AJ Burnett for probably, he was starting the day that I made my debut. So I was like, there's no way I'm talking to this guy, dude. I was scared to death, dude. He's neck tats. He's got tats all over the place. Turns out he's one of my favorite teammates I've ever had, the nicest guy. But it was a couple days later in the dugout, and I went up and introduced myself. And he's like, I was wondering whenever you were going to come say hello to me. And I told him, I said, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared to death of you. One, you were starting, and two, you've got a lot of tattoos, man. So he made me nervous, but yeah, it's changed totally. Like now, you want these kids to come up and feel comfortable, feel like they're part of the team. And I'm sure the guys who have been there, they're excited about having him because he's so talented. Yeah, you go up to him, you try and you make him feel welcome, part of the team. It seems like that's happened so far in the first 2 days. He looks like he's comfortable and he belongs, and that's what you want out of your good young players to come up and feel like they're part of the team. So good job on the Reds.